Good morning. This is Life Coach Dr. Uttam Dave, and I welcome you to this life coaching videos. Today, I'm going to talk about a very important topic, and that is how to manage your worry. We all seem to have a lot of worry these days. We worry about a job, we worry about a relationship, we worry about our work, we worry about the maid servant not turning up, we worry about things which may or may not happen in future. We worry about our automobile, we worry about our health, we worry about our own safety, we worry about the government, we worry about so many things. So today I'm going to discuss how you can manage your worry. So for example, let's come to the first point. If for example you are worrying about something, you need to ask yourself, is this worry real and is it fearful? Now let's take a concrete example like COVID-19. Is it real? Yes, it's very much real. Is it fearful? No. Because if you take the precautions which have been given by our government, that is like if you keep on washing your hands at frequent intervals, if you always wear a mask, if you maintain social distancing, then you are not likely to be afraid of COVID-19. And of course, you have to maintain your immunity. So if you are doing these things, although the problem is real, you need not be fearful. So that is a very concrete example of how you can manage your worry. Now, let's take a second situation. The problem is real. Now, if a problem is real, how will you deal with that problem and what can you do about it right now? So, for example, many people have lost their jobs during this COVID-19 crisis. So, the first thing you need to ask yourself is it real? Yes, it is real that you've lost your job. The second thing is, how do you deal with it? One is you keep on worrying about it, what's going to happen to me. The second is you do something about it. That is, you need to take some action. And the third thing is, how can you or what can you do now? So what you can do now is you have two options. Either try to find out jobs which are similar to the one which you have lost, or try to take up a different job altogether, something which you like to do. So those are the options. Now let's go on to the third situation. Say for example, you are constantly worrying about the future. Now you have to ask yourself, what is the worst that can happen? Secondly, what is the possibility that it can happen? And thirdly, how can you reduce the intensity of that possibility? Say for example, you have to appear for a competitive examination. What is the worst that can happen? That you will fail the examination or you will not succeed in the examination. What is the possibility? The possibility of failing is low if you've studied hard. The possibility of failure is high if you've not studied well. And thirdly is finally, how can you reduce that possibility? Of course, you can reduce the possibility by putting in your best. That's the way you can reduce the possibility. Fine. Now let's go on to the fourth point. The fourth point is try to change the way you see the event. So, for example, if you are going to get married after 1 or 2 months and you're having this, like pre-wedding jitters, whether you're a man or a woman. So instead of focusing on, like what will happen after marriage, whether my partner will be good or not, will I be able to be a good marital partner, and things like that. Why don't you change the way you look at an event? See how marriage is going to help you become a better human being. See how marriage will do away with your loneliness if you are feeling so. See, that's going to be a start of your sexual life if you've not had one. See as a way in which you are like making yourself committed to somebody, you're being intimate with somebody, and just see the benefits of the whole thing. So then that whole act of worry will go away. Coming to the next point, which is very relevant to me, is whenever you see a problem, try to make a list of the solutions which you can apply to that problem. So, for example, I am not very technology savvy, but of course, I am trying to be one now. So, what do I do is when I'm not able to solve a technology problem, I try to write down 2 or 3 things which I can do. So one of them would obviously, my first choice would be to watch a YouTube video and try to fix the problem myself. And still, if I cannot do it, maybe I can, meet my neighbor and ask her. Or as a third option, I can ask my colleague. So that is how you need to handle that problem. Fine. Now, coming to a sixth solution of how to conquer your worry. A sixth solution would be, uh, if you find yourself worrying about things which are beyond your control, you have to make a kind of pact with all your friends. So, for example, I am sitting in Mumbai and worrying that, oh my God, with this, like depletion of ozone layer, what's going to happen? I'm going to get skin cancer. Oh, I'm worrying about the ice melting in Antarctica. These are the things which I cannot do much about. In fact, cannot do anything. And that's the time when you have to make a pact with your friends and give them a certain amount of money as a kind of fee because you have failed to manage your worry. Say, for example, you can fix an amount of 20 rupees, 25 rupees, that every time you worry about things which are not in your control, you will end up paying a fee of 25 rupees to whomsoever you're confiding about your worry. And then you should see if that amount becomes too much. Let's say, for example, 200, 300. It means that worry is something which you are not able to manage on your own, and that's the time when you have to go and see a psychotherapist, because that is something you will not be able to manage on your own. And finally, as a seventh step, what you can do is, if you do not want to do any of these, then what you can do is pick up a classic like How to Stop Worrying and Start Living by Dale Carnegie. I have read that book myself and I know how precious that book is. So, if you do not have the avenues to try the different methods which I told you, please pick up this copy. It's available everywhere. Please read this book. Follow each and every page very, very carefully. And I am sure that you will be able to get rid of this habit of worrying very, very soon, even after the first reading of the book itself. Thank you very much for watching this life coaching videos. If you really like this video, if you think you know somebody who is really worried most of the time, then you might do some service to mankind and pass on this video to him or her. Thank you very much and have a nice day.